Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be looking at our writing section and we will be focusing on the prediction file and how to go through the prediction file for the writing section. So whenever we do practice on the prediction file, generally it is not recommended, understand, because practice must be done prior on AIWAS. Prediction file is a compilation of all of the important questions that you might face in the exam. Now again, it's all of the important questions, but remember the exam is randomized, so there might be different questions. So you need to go and practice on AIWAS. And the other thing about the prediction file is it doesn't always give you the question, it has mostly the answers. So you must have practiced on AIWAS. It is assumed that you have practiced on AIWAS. That's why the prediction file is here. The prediction file is for you to revise what you have done. If you haven't done a question and it's important over here, then you go back to AIWAS and you practice that question. How do I do that? So for example, here we're looking at writing section, summarize written text. So one of the questions is plug-in vehicle. So what we do, we log into our AIWAS, go to writing, go to summarize written text and search plug-in vehicle. Again, read the sentence there, and then what I want you guys to do is make sure that you practice this question from AIWAS. Okay, so that has to be done properly, that you search that answer, search that question, and then practice it on AIWAS. Now if you're losing marks for content, that's when you look at this model answer or sample answer to figure out which part you missed. Okay. All right, and that's what you need to make sure you do. Okay, now let's say you have practiced on AIWAS. What are you going to do? Obviously the model answers are here, so you just see the paragraph and just go through the model answer. So read the model answers and just make sure you mark them a little bit to understand, okay, this is where the answer was taken from. So because as you know that we use our copy and pasting method, not copy and pasting, but reading and typing method for our summarized written text, where we take all the information straight from the paragraph, right? So please make sure you do that. Okay, and in that way you will be better prepared. Hopefully that made it clear, and that's what is expected from you. Now as for essay, this is an important part, right? So if we click on essay, it will take us to the essay topics. If you look at the essay prediction file, what are we doing? So we are basically looking at the topic. So it is argued. So let's say we have a look at this essay. So search this essay again. If you haven't practiced it, practice it on AIWAS, please. It is argued that getting married before finishing school or getting a job is foolish. To what extent do you agree? So you practice this on AIWAS and AIWAS will give you a score, and then obviously you come back here. Now here, these are the topics, right? Here there are no answers given for you. Okay, no model responses given. So the questions are only here to tell you that this is a very important question. So make sure you practice on AIWAS. Now how do you do that? So you go back to AIWAS, look at this question, and then apply your idea. Now if you're not sure about your idea, what you need to make sure you do is jot down the questions that you have a bit of a problem with, and then make sure you jot the ideas. Now if you have problems with generating ideas, what I want you to do is just jot down those questions or write down the number of the question. So let's say you have 1 or 2 or 3. So in here, in this case, let's say the first question. So write down number 1. And then we can discuss about that question in length when we do consultation. So you can book a 20-minute consultation with your trainers and they can help you understand what should be your answer, what should be your example. In that way, you will be able to prepare. But the main concern, remember, the main concern is to make sure that you've practiced. If you haven't, and you haven't done the essay practice at all, because essay is primarily dependent on your template. If you haven't done the template or memorized the template, there's no point going through these important questions, because then you wouldn't be able to even write your essay because you haven't practiced or memorized your template. So do that first, and then again practice on AIWAS, and then come back to your prediction file, and then make sure you go through them. So again, remember, the most important part over here is to make sure if you're any question you are confused about what to write, practice on that on AIWAS, see how much marks you get or how many marks you get, and then jot them down as a point of conversation for your next consultation. Okay, hopefully that made it clear. So please make sure you utilize the prediction file in that specific manner. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and have a lovely rest of the day.